Welcome to Staff Chat in Person.
Yeah.
This is kind of exciting that we're all not behind a screen this time. We have resumed services somewhat at our campuses, and we're all back in the office again, so we figured why not do it in person. So this might get a little crazy, obviously, because number one, we're not talking over each other like before, but we're also together, so there could be a lot more jokes and things like that as well. So what we've done is we have questions in the bowl. So if you would like to send us questions, you can post those in the comments of this, whether that's on YouTube or Facebook or whatever. You can send them to info@thecrossmatters.org, whatever you want to do, and we would love to answer your questions. No question is too stupid.
That's a lie.
That's
definitely a lie. There are stupid questions.
We'll definitely talk about it.
Yeah, we'll talk about it.
We might make fun of you, though.
I won't put who it's from unless we really want to.
Anonymous. No way.
Geez.
We need to know who this person is.
Yeah, it'll be in the credits.
Yeah.
And so now that we're in person, the first thing I want to ask is, hey, John, where's the shawarma?
You have to direct that question to Gretchen.
I totally forgot about that.
We definitely need some shawarma. Actually, I asked her about it because I thought we were going to do this live like last week.
Yeah.
Or whenever. I don't know. But she was like, maybe I'll do curry to start off with. Because she's never actually made shawarma. She just knows it's delicious. So she's like, maybe we'll start with curry, which at least some of you don't like curry. So do any of you like curry?
I love curry.
Okay.
I don't know if I've really had like a real curry, probably.
Yeah.
It's going to be hot, right?
Oh, yeah.
Not like spicy hot.
Oh.
No, it's not like a Thai curry.
Darn.
But it's still delicious.
I believe it.
You'll love it. So she was thinking we'd start off with some curry while she learned to make shawarma.
So it might be a while till we have shawarma.
Yeah, and our kitchen is still like in boxes.
Yeah. Also,
so.
I'm not sure how eating would go on this because there'd be a lot of chewing sounds.
The mics would pick up a lot. Yeah.
Although I feel like it would be
potato
pretty
chips
funny.
and things like that are good, right?
Yeah, sure. We'll have one of these days. We'll have an ASMR version.
Oh no,
where we're just all eating.
As long as we don't do like people in church when they're like opening a mint and they're like trying to do it really slowly so no one hears them. Yeah. You're like, just open the mint. It'll go so much smoother.
Like there was a video. It was like a guy, and he was like, when I was in the military, they taught me how to open Velcro so you can't hear it or whatever. And so he's like, okay, I'm going to show you. And then he goes, ah! It's like, yeah, I mean, you covered the Velcro up. But
I'm pretty sure I heard somebody yell, over there, about 30 clicks. 30 clicks would be really far, I just realized. But
that's some good hearing.
Yeah.
It was obviously broadcast on some sort of
it was
speaker or something.
He's also holding a megaphone.
Oh, jeez.
No.
So we don't really know how this is going to go, but,
Clearly, we're off to a great start.
Hey, but we all have mugs.
Yeah, we might get to 3 questions after this.
First off, I'll say I know there's going to be a question about the beard. I think you guys have already questioned already, but I was gonna in my head I was like, oh great, I've changed from like sort of a cooler Viking look in exchange for an aging guy with no chin who obviously loves bread.
But bread is delicious.
It is delicious.
Bread is delicious.
Yeah. I always keep at least a little stubble so you can't see both of my chins.
Oh, absolutely.
But the beard's definitely gonna make a return. But I was like, you don't realize how low your chin is until you shave that off.
Until you can see it.
Yeah.
I made a horrible mistake.
Like when
there's no turning back.
When I shaved mine right after Rosalind, it was like, what the heck is going on?
Mistakes were made.
Especially when you get it long enough, you're losing inches.
Yeah.
And you're just like, what just happened to my face?
I've never got my beard that long, though.
And then all of a sudden you realize you have a neck. Like, man, there was a neck there the whole time.
There's like a point for me where it's like normal, homeless, and it just doesn't. It doesn't grow. It just gets curlier and
Yeah.
bulkier and just
one of those-
more homeless.
Have you tried straightening it?
No, I would like to, but I'm really thin.
Yeah.
Like in my cheeks, I don't think it would be that
Yeah, I'm
good.
the same way, but I had Gretchen straighten it for me one day, which is like super manly, right? To have your wife bring in like a hair straightener and straighten your beard for you. But she straightened it, and I looked at it, and I was like, oh, that looks kind of nice. And then I looked at a picture of me with it straightened, and I was like, that does not look nice at all. It's not like you see in the videos where guys like straighten their beard, and you're like, man, that's awesome.
I mean,
No,
they
it was
make
way
those
too
like
thin.
sweet beard straighteners now.
Yeah, they're like combs, like
like a
straighteners built
Heated
into a comb.
yeah, or whatever.
Yeah, that can't be real.
But
No, it is.
But like looking
It is.
around, and all you guys have like the mustaches. Your hairs are going like this.
Yeah.
I would look close at mine, and mine would be hooked back like this, like coming, growing out and going back up. I'm like, what? This is horrible.
You've got to get the beeswax and
I guess.
twist it.
I've got some.
Train
Well,
it.
it's just, it was up here. It was
Yeah.
like up by the
Yeah,
nose,
those and they're
I'm
only
like,
good for tickling your nostril.
I know.
Really.
I'm like, what is going on here?
Like these have no purpose.
Well, I know.
But no, I slept really well last night without all the
Because I know
stuff there,
you
though.
always
That was nice.
like your complaint was always the itchiness.
Yeah, I kind of got past that, but
Yeah.
I don't know. It
Because
was hot.
I've never really had that issue. See, and well, and I
Yeah.
I don't feel like it's hot at all.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I'll go through camp and whatever with a super long beard. And,
yeah.
But I mean, I also had it for years, so I
You
just got used to it, I guess.
Yeah.
I've never committed enough to get to the years part. It's
Yeah.
like, man, I've had this beard for a few months. It's time to shave.
Yep.
Yeah, I think that's probably about as long as I would ever go is like what I had, where it was just long enough to where the chin was a little bit longer and it was like, good in on the sides. I don't think I don't think I could go as long as
No way.
Adam's beard.
Yeah.
I don't think I can handle it.
As long as you take care of it, it's fine.
Yeah.
No. I take care of it. It's still not fine. Yeah, like
Beard in the braid beard oil.
sponsored. No, I comb mine. Oil. Nope. Still.
Yeah. Well, yours just is. You just have a curly like fro
Yeah,
beard.
I've got a fro beard. Yep, for sure. Yeah.
Hey, sometimes you just gotta. But you can rock a stash. So
Right.
you just rock the stash.
That's where I'm at.
There's my philosophy. Grow whatever you can. Don't think that you have to be something else.
Yeah.
Just if you can grow a wicked mustache.
Tomatoes.
It may not be a
I got
beard.
some peppers growing in the backyard. I mean,
All right, who wants to grab a question? Anybody?
Uh-oh. Is it two? Okay,
No, it should be
it's
one.
it's a two-part question.
No. Would you rather keep your beard? Oh wait, no, that's not what that's.
They're all beard themed questions.
How many more beard jokes are these guys gonna do? Would you rather keep your current sleep schedule or hibernate for 3 months and have 9 months of 24/7 alertness without being tired?
Oh.
Do we get to choose which 3 months we hibernate?
That is an
I would
excellent question.
assume, yeah.
Then I'm definitely hibernating for all of winter. Like as soon as the snow starts, I'm gonna go to sleep and then wake me up when it's over.
Okay, so I would hibernate because I've always thought, man, I could get so much done if I could be up. Like, think about how many movies you could watch, how much work you could get done. Like, because I'm always like, man, I want to watch a movie, but it's like 11 p.m. And you're like, I'm not going to do that.
Yeah.
I did that last night.
I mean, I have done it. It's just not smart.
The next morning doesn't feel as great.
Yeah. Well, it used to. It used to be great. But so I would hibernate during the summer when it's hot.
Yeah. No,
I'm cool with the winter. I'm fine with that.
I don't like snow or cold weather, so I'm just gonna sleep through it.
I think I'm passing on hibernating. 3 months is a long time.
I mean, but it's like keep your current sleep schedule. I'm like, that's garbage.
That's true.
Like, I don't know. 10 o'clock has been hitting lately, and I've just been like absolutely wide awake. And I'm
Yeah.
like, come on.
Yeah, actually, I might. Now that I'm thinking about it, I probably will hibernate because with Jamie being pregnant and AJ, like she's like for whatever like right now she's going through a phase of like not wanting to sleep. So Jamie's sick, tired, and so she goes to sleep, and I'm just like fighting AJ to sleep. And then most of the time I'm like falling asleep on the couch because, yeah, I would hibernate. Yeah. That sounds nice, actually.
I just wouldn't know when to do it.
Well, here's the question.
Sounds
Could we
nice.
force our kids to also hibernate?
Yeah, with us.
Well, that's what I'm wondering. Like, number one, but then, like, would you wake up with a mad wife? You know?
Yeah, it has to
You've
be
been
like a
asleep
whole
for
family
3 months.
decision.
Yeah. You'd miss a lot, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, 3 months is a long time.
Yeah.
Okay, so with the questions, one of the things that they used to do on SourceFed, which I used to watch, is they would always try to ball them up and throw them at the lens and see if they'd hit it. So if we want to do that, we can.
Oh. I was keeping them out there so
Yeah.
we can keep track of how many we've gone through.
Oh, I don't really care.
Look at
Can we
this.
get like rubber bands and like shoot them?
No, that's
Oh.
It's a little high.
I
A little high.
was going to say
You
one
can-
for
you can do
one. That'd be
better.
so epic.
jeez. All right, I guess John, go ahead and we'll
All right.
go around in a circle.
Mine is shorter. When you are old, what do you think children will ask you to tell stories about?
2020.
I was going to say, yeah.
Well, currently they ask me. Oh,
You did just officially turn old.
I did.
Well,
I
I mean, we're talking like
I went to
80s here. We're
40, okay, so next 40.
You've got
like,
time.
you talking about like maybe talking to your grandkids
Okay.
or whatever about stories. So like for a lot,
2020 is a
you know,
good
it was like war stories, and then it was
Yeah.
you know, like in the Depression and those kind of things. So like what's the thing that we would tell our kids about or our grandkids about?
Well, I would hope that they would ask me what in the heck was wrong with y'all, as far as, you know, hopefully these issues of that we're facing today, like with race and everything, are just completely
Gone.
Sure.
And they're like, what in the world what in the world's going on back then?
Yeah.
So it's,
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I would hope that they would ask me about, as far as, you know,
Yeah.
as that goes. But yeah, they would ask about this COVID time and like, what was that like?
Yeah, 'cause I think
so everything we're facing right now.
We're definitely in a
pretty
place of like unknown.
much. Yeah.
Mhm.
And so hopefully there's a point of clarity, whether that's
As-
COVID or
On the lighter side,
everything that's going on as well.
I think like us, for many of the people that were in the 80s, they'd be like, what were up with the hairstyles?
Yeah, when you were
'Cause I'm really interested in, like, that's one of the things, like, you know, you travel to the future, like with Back to the Future 2 or something like that, and you just see all the different hairstyles and different clothes, like they were wearing their jeans inside out, like,
Yeah.
all that
Yeah.
sort of
Yeah.
thing.
The funny thing is those hairstyles are kind of coming back too.
I know,
so-
right? We got the mullet going around.
Yeah.
Brady said that he cut like 4 of them the other day.
I was in there
So-
for one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
I would rock a mullet like
Mm.
so easily.
I've
but
made up my mind that if I cut my hair, it's gonna go to a mullet.
for real. We should do that.
Probably the
On
first
this show.
the first stage of mullet would be just like keeping it super long too. Maybe like wear it for a day and then
And then
actually
make it-
like a nice like
We,
styled.
we
mullet
could
or
make that
something.
happen.
I'm with it.
All right.
I'm not ready to cut my hair though. So
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah,
Let's do it.
maybe
But
in like
I'm
a
very
month.
happy
I
with
mean,
it.
Live on
I can see
Snapchat.
it.
Yeah.
We'll all just keep talking, and you and Brady can be in the
In
background,
the background.
there, and it can be happening.
Well, we
while
just
this-
color commentary on what's happening. I mean, it's
Yeah.
going to be awesome. So,
love it.
yeah.
Oh,
You know, I
geez.
thought that like each generation had like a defining moment of like this generation's thing was this.
Yeah.
And I really felt like for my life, it was going to be September 11th. You know, especially spending time in student ministry and the realization that like a lot of the kids that were coming up in student ministry had no idea what September 11th was really like or about or how
Yeah.
it felt. You know, they were reading about it in textbooks and that was always something that kind of stuck with me. And then you look at 2020, and it's not just one thing this year. It's, I mean, everything that's happening this year, and it just seems to be kind of piling on, where you can kind of look back and be like, you know, 2020 as a year was just a complete
Oh,
wash.
Yeah.
And we're only in June.
Yeah.
I feel like so much has happened. And if you had asked a month ago, all we would have talked about when we talked about 2020 would have been coronavirus. But it's not.
We have another layer.
Yeah. Well, and that was like layer 3 of what had already
Yeah.
happened in
Yeah.
2020. So, yeah.
Which I think is so funny because at the beginning of the year it was all this like 2020 vision, like new decade, new start, and it was like, okay, we started the decade off horribly. Like
Yeah.
maybe 2030 will be good, you know. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, there's been a lot, you know, because I was born in 92. So I wasn't super old when we talk about like the millennium, like changing.
That was
like,
a big deal.
Y2K and like all
Yeah.
that stuff. And I mean, I was old enough to remember like family friends buying a bunch of water and like thinking that the world was going to end. So it's crazy to think how many of those things we've had, in like just my lifetime, even only being 27. So it's like, because you have like Y2K, you have Y2K, you have September 11th, you have the 2012 apocalypse, whatever, and then now you have 2020. It's crazy to like think. Well, and then and then within there we had wars and other things going on as well. So
a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
But was this true for other generations as well? And it's just surpassed by the big things, and so you don't
that might be
kind
true,
of listen to it. I started listening to a podcast because I heard it advertised on the radio, Missing in Alaska, about senators who they went missing in 1972. They're like, this is a huge event in history that you've probably never heard about. Like how many things that in our life felt like they were huge to us, but in a generation, nobody will ever talk about it because it was
that's true.
surpassed by all of the other huge things.
It'll definitely be interesting in like 30 years to see like what makes it in the history book,
Right.
What are the major events that, because I mean, there was things like the Spanish flu, the Great Depression, but you're right. It's like how many other things were within there that are just kind of forgotten history that were big, but like not to the extent of like,
yeah.
I don't know.
It's definitely interesting to think about it.
That should have been one of our questions of if 2020 was a chili, what would be in it? It'd be like Spam.
It's just beans. Like there's nothing else. It's just a bowl full of beans. Like here you
I
go.
was gonna go with like Spam and chocolate, and
Some form of radiation.
sunflower seeds not
come out of
taken
it.
out of the shell.
Come out of it with 3 arms.
Awesome. Hold on.
Oh, wow, that was
That
close.
felt like that was going.
That was it. It was just to the right.
All right. If you had all the money in the world, what would be the first thing you would buy?
An airline.
That's smart.
That was way off.
That's really
It
smart.
was way early. Like that was the problem. You should have waited till we were done talking about
No,
it.
that's fine. I'll throw it whenever I want.
You don't make up the rules, John.
It's,
Adam does.
yeah, this is Adam's show.
I'm gonna make a list of rules.
It's good. It's not official unless it's laminated. So you have to have it laminated.
Oh, I'll make it
Well,
laminated.
rule one is you don't get to make up the rules. I do. Speaking from your perspective.
I feel like on this question,
No, you don't, Cameron.
Yeah, right.
I feel like on this question, I should say, something smart like Disney.
That would be a
Buy
good
no,
like a
purchase.
really expensive guitar.
Yeah.
Let's be real.
Yeah, don't. This isn't a smart question.
Yeah, I'm like,
Yeah, like
I'd buy Disney and then just keep making money.
the guitar you would always want.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe a record label. I think that'd be cool.
Do
I
you
don't know what I
do
would
you
do
make
with it.
music?
Um,
Because I've not heard any music produced.
no,
by
I don't
you.
make any music.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
You're just like as an investment, you want a record label?
Yeah, I think that'd be cool.
mean, yeah,
be a
the
part of it, be
investment
around it, and
Okay, let's do.
You're just
one
that guy who hangs out on the couch at the record label.
Yeah.
and, like-
Decision one done.
Yeah.
Let's do one investment, one
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
object.
Yeah.
All right. Was the airline the investment for me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
yeah, I like the idea of like. Well, I think I love music, and it doesn't really matter what genre. I just like good music, and so just being able to be like in that environment all the time, I think would be really cool.
Well, and I think you would like the idea of finding these like smaller bands that don't have a record label and saying,
Absolutely.
"Hey, come on mine." You
Yeah,
know?
I mean, one of my favorite things was going like to the local shows here in Carlinville and just hanging out. And
Yeah.
I mean, it's cool. There's just so much. There's so much. I've talked about this with my buddy Kyle before. It's like there's so much good music out there that will never get listened to. Like there's so many good artists out there that will never be found.
Mm-hmm.
And so like being able to be in that environment would be really, really cool. Would be
Yeah.
a really cool opportunity.
So you'd buy Disney?
I think I would stick with Disney because of just of all the different things that they own that I really like. I mean, Star Wars is in that, Marvel's in that. So what my question would be, do they own Skywalker Sound? Or is that a different?
I don't know if that was
LucasArts?
I don't know if that was part of the Lucasfilm acquisition.
Okay. But I mean, still, they'll have like awesome studios with like recording and stuff. So I mean, it just encompasses like all these things that I really enjoy. So except for the Lord of the Rings and stuff like that. But
then you could acquire it. I'm gonna take Disney takes over Tolkien estate for 1,000. I don't know. Investment. I don't know what I would invest in, honestly. Probably some form of production business or tech company, I'm sure.
Disney.
Just buy Apple.
Disney.
Yeah. I mean, Disney would be cool.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's an interesting question. Tesla?
Yeah. But then what's your object? Then what's the material thing? Just like the one-off, not an investment.
I don't know. I'd probably put build a theater. I would assume is what I would do.
Oh yeah.
Like
Nice.
what? Even if that was like my own personal theater.
Right, everybody out.
Yeah.
Once.
I feel like
I'm gonna
for as
watch
long
what
as
I want.
for as long as I've known you, that's always
Yeah.
been the conversation.
I mean,
like, when I get my home theater, like
Yeah, because and I mean, even we have friends like Matt Turley that has a theater, but like I would love to have a theater in my house that has like 30 seats because I want to be able to invite my friends' families over and be able to watch a movie together. And I think with the climate of how everything's going, at some point there will be an option to subscribe to movie services and be able to watch films in your house.
Yeah.
Which is my hope because I love the theater experience, but if I have my own theater in my house,
sometimes,
it's like why I can invite people over and watch it in my house for a subscription fee, you know, and that'd
be awesome.
That'd be super cool.
I feel like 30 seats is a lot. Like, I don't know that I like 30 people enough to invite them over to my house. Bring your family and your kids.
all right, well, John's off the list now.
I mean,
you guys are all invited. but-
Actually,
if you think about
25.
this room alone, like that's quite a few people, you know.
Yeah.
So you have a family of 6, and then Eric has a family of 5. That's 11. He's got a family of almost 4, so that's 15. And then you got my family, that's 18. And then you got Brady and Beth, and
Stop with all the math. Like
I'm just saying, like it.
you're
like,
making me look bad over here.
It's just you could fill. I could fill a 30 person.
I was even okay with 30, and I thought I was like, okay. And then he came up with it. I'm not inviting 30. I was like, all right. He takes the lead on that.
Yeah, you were all thinking it.
Oh yeah.
As many people that are in my family on both my side and Teresa's side.
But you're
I was
not
like,
gonna have them all there at the same time. That would be chaos.
Yeah, well, it normally is.
Yeah.
I'll send you a video from Thanksgiving.
Yeah, we don't do. I mean, Gretchen is one of 8, and so we do like a Thanksmas every year with like her siblings. So we kind of rotate whose house it's at, and it's chaos. It's crazy.
Yep.
Everyone has a good time, but you can't manage that.
Well, I think my largest concern is having the ability to have enough seats because like Matt, he has like 5 regular seats, and then you have like 4 at like a bar, and then you have like the
We use regular
awesome
seats
beanbags.
lightly.
yeah. But so you can have 15 people in there, but most of the people are standing or something. So like I want to have the ability for people to be able to sit, so that's really, and I don't know. I just like the idea of that.
Yeah.
And I guess if you have all the money in the world, you have all the snacks and everything to keep people
Well, if
calm.
I had all the money in the world, I'd probably do three screens. I could show 3 different movies at the same time.
There you go. Kids over here. Yeah.
I'm buying a private island for sure.
Private island.
Is that your thing, or is that your investment? No, your investment's a record label.
Yeah.
No,
it's
yeah,
a
that's an
Yeah.
object.
Okay, so how are you getting to the private island?
On my airline.
Well, I mean, I have all the money in
That's
the
true.
world.
I gotta fly
so,
over.
Yeah.
I mean, if we go
the first
further, I would put a house there. I would have
Yeah,
a
the
private
first thing you
jet,
would
but
buy
like
is an
I'm getting a
island.
private island.
I'll run a Disney cruise there for you.
There we go.
Yeah.
We're really.
Well, and I'll go through your airline.
That's perfect.
Yeah, see, this is working out.
And I could get a really good deal on an airline right now. Like they're struggling. It wouldn't even take that much money.
I believe that.
Well, that much money.
Yeah.
It's just a couple $billion.
Change.
But, it's not a big deal.
For some people. That's how I was looking at, I think it was like Elon Musk. I was trying to see like what his net worth is, and I think it's 80 billion.
Holy cow.
And I was just like thinking about, like, so for him, $1 million is a fraction of a cent. Like, that's insane that he could just hand me $1 million and wouldn't even notice. Like, that's
Life
crazy.
Changing amount of money for
Yeah,
you, and just
yeah.
like a
Nothing
coin
for
for
him.
him.
And there's so many people like that. I'm like, man, if we could only like, which there would be people that you give $1 million and they'd be really stupid with it.
Oh, for
Oh,
sure.
yeah.
You know, because it's
I
like,
mean, I feel like I would be really stupid with it, but I would make smart decisions. Like I'm going to
Yeah.
pay off my house and
yeah, like things
you know,
like that.
stuff like that.
Whereas some people are
but
like,
then I'm also going to make some really dumb
yeah.
decisions.
It's like I'm gonna go buy an $800,000 Lamborghini. It's like, okay, no, that's not a good idea because you're not gonna be able to afford the insurance on that after.
Yeah.
You know,
I might drop $100,000 on a Corvette though.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
if I got $1 million.
But if you have enough, like it's just like I feel like because what
I'm in
happens
it.
is when people win the lottery, a lot of times they just like they blow it and then they realize, oh, I can't afford all these things after the fact that all my money's gone. You know, so it's like you just have to be smart with it. But I feel like somebody like those kind of people could get together and give everyone like a certain amount of money,
Right.
and it'd be like, you know, nothing to them.
It'd be like communism.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Socialism or
Hey.
something.
I would do like the house.
I've read the
paying off
Communist
and
Manifesto.
Yeah, I'd do the house paying off, get rid of all that debt, and then do a little bit of traveling and whatnot. And I mean, that's about the extent of it. And then you just keep making money,
Yeah.
and that's money that you fully
And
have.
by a little bit of traveling, you mean UK and New Zealand.
Oh.
UK and New Zealand for sure, without a doubt.
Well, then you could go over there and you could buy the guitar you want.
Yeah.
And
I had to stop
paying
off at
local
Japan
currency.
for the guitar that I want. But yeah,
Yeah, I would be okay with. Have you seen like the van life where they just take like a like
Live in
the-
a van
yeah,
down by
you
the
just,
river?
Yeah, you just
Yeah.
like, but like they're nice, like
Yeah.
sinks and beds, and I would totally do something like that and just travel.
So
and,
you'd buy an RV.
I don't want an RV. What chore do you absolutely hate doing? That's easy. I have two. Dishes and laundry. Cannot stand folding clothes.
See, that's the part of laundry I don't like. I don't mind washing and drying
Oh,
and
yeah.
piling.
Yeah.
Like I'm good at washing, drying, and piling, but if I have to fold it or put it away, like we'll just. I have kids. for
See, I
that.
don't mind laundry at all. I don't like dishes.
I have to like
Uh,
hook shop.
I don't mind
unless I'm doing like
loading the dishwasher. I definitely don't like washing the pots and pans and unloading it.
I don't.
Yeah.
I don't like any of that.
See,
'Cause
our kids argue over who gets to load and who gets to unload.
Mm-hmm.
So
I think loading is easier.
Because we like so what we ended up doing at our house is we kind of like ended up kind of delegating chores so that like whatever. And so I got dishes, which is okay, but the problem is sometimes I'll come home and things will just be
He's still
stacked
bitter.
up in there.
you couldn't have done dishes today. No,
Gavin's
that's
like,
your
I
chore.
could literally bake whatever I want, and Adam would clean it up for
I know,
me.
yeah. Well, and that's what she's been doing.
Wait, there's baked goods somewhere?
There were cookies, but they didn't end up good. So
Oh,
yeah, we ended up throwing them away.
sorry, Gabby.
Yeah, but
Try
yes,
harder next
she
time.
she is baking. Yeah,
man.
I honestly I don't like doing any household chores. Like
Yeah.
I'd
all
rather
of
be
it-
outside.
all of it's a
Yeah.
struggle for me. Like
Yeah.
I don't like doing the dishes, but I'll do them if I have to. I don't like doing laundry, but I'll do it if I have to. I
Yeah.
don't like sweeping, mopping. You know what? You know what? I can narrow it down. Dusting.
Ooh.
I am not going to dust.
no, we never dust.
Like, it's just not going to happen.
We don't either.
It's real bad.
It's bad.
Oh, speaking of that, I looked up the other day, and in our living room, I guess you got the windows open and stuff, and we got 2 cats. And I look up there, and there's a whole bunch of just like cat hair, like sticking up off the fan, just on the blade that's going like in the rotation on that side. So I did actually dust the other day. I was just like,
Yeah.
took all. all that off.
Yeah,
I was like, that's pretty gross.
I like mowing the lawn, but I don't like push mowing the lawn,
Oh no.
No.
and that sucks. Like,
I've got an all-wheel drive self-propelled push mower,
Yeah.
and it's like super easy.
I
As
mean,
long as you don't
yeah.
mind walking back and forth, like you don't have to
Yeah.
push anything. You're just
Yeah.
walking behind.
It does itself.
well, like
You
I
just
told
have
Gabby,
that,
I was
yeah.
like, if we got a riding lawnmower, I'd mow the lawn every day. Like I love
As long as it
sitting
has
on a
cup
rider
holder, right?
because it gives you some like time alone.
Oh,
and,
absolutely.
yeah,
I
like-
turn on a podcast
Yep.
and mow
Yeah.
my lawn for
I've been
an hour
listening
and a half,
to.
and
Well,
it's nice.
see, my problem is, I sometimes I wish that I had a longer commute because it's like
Oh,
3
absolutely.
minutes. You
I
know,
literally was thinking about this last night.
and so I was like, do I want to sit in 45 minutes of traffic? Absolutely not.
No.
But I could listen to things.
Yep.
So like I've been listening to the Sherlock Holmes books, and it's literally 50 hours of audiobook,
Yeah, there's a lot.
and I have no time to listen to it. So it's like just go sit on the rider for an hour and just
Yeah.
ride around the.
Well,
Read by Stephen Fry too, isn't that you told me? Yeah, that's awesome.
I'll be completely honest. I used to think that because I love audiobooks, but I only listen to them when we do road trips.
Right.
And so I used to think like, oh, if I had a longer commute, I would listen to audiobooks all the time.
And then you just had a longer
and then
commute.
for the last 3 months, I've had an hour commute, and I didn't listen to a single book. Like I got in the car and I started driving, and I'd be like halfway to Carlinville, and I'll be like, dang it, I forgot to turn on a book.
Yeah.
Well, it's
Yeah.
too late now.
Yeah.
Every
Well,
single
even
time.
even for me, like I'm always like, man, I want to plug in my phone and listen to some music or something. But then it's like, what's the point? You're
And then you're
literally
here.
driving 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was like somebody suggested a new album last night to me, and I was like, there's like 12 songs, and I'm like, I really want to listen to this, but it's like, man, if I had like a drive of an hour, I could listen to the whole album. It would be nice.
That's one of my favorite things about driving to Springfield is you can listen to like music or something.
Mm-hmm.
Like we would always just try to catch up on Critical Role that way.
Yeah.
Because you'd have 2 hours, or if we go to see my parents, it'd be like you're listening to 2 hours of something there and back.
So I started doing it while like I would go run, and I'd turn on a podcast, and it was like perfect, like a 40-minute podcast. Okay, there's my run. Go run 40 minutes, and I can't stop until the podcast is over.
It's done.
Like,
Yeah.
So it works out well.
I would die.
I could not run to a podcast. I was gonna say, with any of these chores, as long as I got music, I'm good. But I would pick cleaning the cat litter box out as like my least favorite chore, just because of the smell.
I have
the
3.
ammonia.
Same.
I have officially have 3. I'm with you on that.
Yeah,
Cannot stand it.
I don't, and it's like every day. And it's just
It's the worst.
yeah. I
Yeah,
don't-
Gabby literally does not touch it unless I'm not going to be home.
right.
So your chores are dishes and cat litter. What else you got?
Cleaning the toilet and the sink.
Yep, gotta do that.
Mowing the lawn.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like there's some others, but
Anything
like
that
she took
breaks.
like cleaning.
Yeah.
She took cleaning the bathroom, like the
Except the
like
toilet.
cleaning cleaning the shower specifically
Yeah.
because I hate that.
That's a lot. Of
So this
area.
wasn't like we're pulling them out of a bowl and whatever we get. Like
No,
it was
no,
like
no.
a
We were,
clear
like,
division,
deciding-
like, it was like
yeah.
a draft of chores. Like
Oh.
you
Yeah.
pick one, I'll pick
Yeah.
one. Yeah, that's
Well, yeah, because I don't remember what it was, but I was like, if I'm taking this, then you're gonna take that one.
You should leave them all for the end.
Pretty much, our cats would probably die if I didn't take care of them.
I'm sure Teresa would pick laundry, but yeah, that's that's like the trade-off deal where
Yeah.
I'm like mowing the lawn and doing like
Yeah.
the dishes and stuff,
Yeah.
and she'll do the laundry, and I don't normally have to work. I still have to hang up my stuff, but it's like, yeah, that's fine, whatever.
Yeah.
All right.
Needless to say, chores suck.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
all of them. Like blanket, like
In general,
housework.
We can clump
Yeah.
them all
We're
together.
not cut out for
All right. I think we're back
They're
to
the
Eric now.
worst.
back
Again.
to me.
Yeah.
We reset that thing, right?
I just kept it recording.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, hey. Got a good one here. Oh gosh, what is the one food that you would never give up? Pizza.
Oh.
Cameron,
I
I
hate
guess.
questions.
No,
like
you can
this.
throw it. Yeah,
I
you
can
get
throw it this
double.
time.
Double.
All right. I'm gonna try and do the option pass on this one with the left
You would
hand.
never give up.
Oh,
Oh,
that was close.
Man.
Oh,
probably. I mean, pizza's a good one.
I hate food topics. I'm so indecisive. I like too many foods.
Pizza though.
Can I say meat?
Sure. Thanks, Ron.
I mean, but seriously, like
Bacon.
Bacon. Specifically,
meat.
those that come from a pig.
You had me at meat tornado.
Sir, that's a party plan.
Yeah, that's a party.
I know what I'm about, son.
You should stick around.
And see him,
Man.
Yeah, I think burgers.
Yeah.
But pizza is good because it's an all-encompassing thing.
Mhm.
Like you got breakfast pizza and you got dessert pizza, and you can kind of cover
Yeah.
it all. Like there's not really a breakfast burger.
Can we talk about like what a society would be like if everything we ate was a pizza, like some version? So like we had like your daily food was breakfast pizza, you had like a lunch pizza, and then you had like a dinner pizza with dessert pizza.
Oh god.
How would you differentiate between a lunch and a dinner pizza?
I feel like the lunch pizza would be a little lighter.
So like thin crust at lunch.
Yeah. Deep dish at dinner.
Bow ties.
Well, yeah, I mean, you could talk
Dress.
about. I guess like a lunch would be, you could have like a calzone, which is still technically a pizza. It's just
How is
folded
that
in half.
technically?
Because it's a pizza but folded in half.
So then we can have pot pies.
It's a pie, right? Like
No,
Yeah.
we can't have pot pie. That's not a pizza.
Ben Wyatt says
Get
calzone.
Reno on the phone right now.
it's crust with stuff in the middle and crust on top.
Literally,
That's what a
like
calzone is.
literally, a calzone is
A pot pie is
the
a pizza
same,
with a top.
Right.
Like, a calzone is the same
It's
exact
a deep
dough
dish pizza.
with all the
deep
same
dish
toppings
pizza.
and then folded over.
Yeah.
Like, pot pie is a deep dish pizza, though.
No, it's not.
That's a
It's
t-shirt
not
waiting to happen.
It's not the same ingredients at
I
all.
want that t-shirt for Cameron, man. Oh, gosh.
Yeah, so I'd have. Oh man!
Oh boy.
But also, there are breakfast burgers. I'm just saying.
Like they're
Tommy,
breakfast sandwiches.
I believe they call it Tommy burgers, but like with the over easy egg on top. Have you had? They're delicious.
Gretchen loves those type of burgers. I don't like.
I would
I don't-
consider that a
I'm
burger.
not putting an
or
egg
a
on
breakfast
my
burger.
Oh, it's good. I had one in
They're super good.
Massachusetts, maybe.
Now, if you guys,
It had an egg and had an onion ring and
yeah.
Yeah.
like fried. Yeah, it was.
Now,
Delicious.
if you guys would ever be so lucky as to have one of the burgers that John makes, you'll understand why he likes burgers so much, because they are fantastic.
'Cause he smokes
With the-
them.
with the applewood and.
Did you get one?
Yeah, I did.
Nice.
Yeah, I did.
That's awesome.
It's fantastic.
We're gonna have a smoking episode.
Yeah. Of meat.
Cigars and meat.
And chicken pot pie.
And chicken pot pie.
Deep
Yeah.
dish pizza. So
Chicken pot pizza.
chicken pot.
Yeah, how about you go ask Reno if a chicken pot pie is the same thing as a pizza?
Hey, we're getting it on the menu over at Reno's.
Chicken pot pie.
Oh,
It's the same thing, Reno.
I love chicken pot pie too, so I'm all for it. Let's do it.
I'm just saying. John said it. I just backed him up. That's all. Like,
Yeah, throw me under the
I don't know. I don't know why I'm being attacked here. John said I was like, yeah, that's right.
Oh, and I should mention, and I think we did before, but just to re-mention it, anybody that wants to answer these questions, do so in the comments.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
we'll
we'll make fun of you on the next episode.
I think we
Anonymously.
very much drift away from what the actual question was. So.
I didn't even remember it.
It was what,
What
food,
food would
wouldn't
you-
you
yeah.
ever give up?
Oh yeah, meat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
All right.
burgers. Yeah.
Grab a question.
Oh, it's my turn.
Did you pick pizza?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I mean, we had the whole conversation about.
Well, I didn't know if you were picking pizza. I didn't know if you were just talking off what Eric said.
What product would you seriously stockpile if you found out they weren't going to sell it anymore? Why is every word capitalized?
I don't know.
He's
Like it's making it very difficult for me to read.
it's to give you a sense of danger.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening. All right, what product would you stockpile if you knew they weren't going to sell it anymore? Monster Energy,
Yeah.
every kind, but specifically.
So
the red.
usually,
Toilet paper?
You can get a bidet though.
Yeah, but see, that's what I was.
Why would they stop making that?
I don't know.
When we were
I'm
talking
just
earlier,
answering the question here.
like you mentioned Y2K earlier, or you did.
Yeah.
And I was like, everything that we went through with COVID, we did the same thing at Y2K.
Yeah.
Like people were out stockpiling stuff that they are never going to go all the way through. They're like, the world's going to end. I have to have my bottled water.
Yeah.
Like,
Why?
like I don't get it. So yeah, I'm sticking with Monster.
Monster.
Yeah. I've used other things other than toilet paper before, and
Yeah.
I can do. I'm all right with there.
No,
So,
I'm with that. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I feel like this happens to me a lot. Is something I like gets like canceled.
Yeah.
So like, I mean, it's happened to me with like shampoos. The like pairs of jeans that I've liked, they would get rid of that specific model. Like, I'm like, are you kidding me?
I had a theory while we were in Japan that every time I started to like something, they would stop carrying it. So like, I would go to the convenience store there, a little Family Mart, and get like a Snickers and a Coke, and then they started carrying like vanilla Coke. And I'm like, man, this is amazing. And every day I was getting a vanilla Coke, and then they stopped. And then they had the green Monsters, and I would get one every day, and then they stopped carrying the green Monster. And it's like, I just got to this point, like, everything I start to like and buy every day, they just stop carrying it. So
Yeah.
That's me with our Carlinville Walmart. Actually, it's like
Yeah.
I notice that a lot. I'm like,
They get rid of it.
come on.
Yeah. Yeah.
it irritates me there that there's, of all the coolers that they have, only one has Monster.
Yeah.
And it's in the self-checkout, and if somebody's already in that line, you have to awkwardly stand behind them like, I just want a Monster out of that fridge right there. Actually, I said that to someone the other day while I was in there, and he was like, oh, okay. And he kept like scanning his groceries, like didn't step out of the way for me to get the Monster. And the lady who worked there, she heard me say it, and she kind of looked at him, and then she came over and she's like, will you move so I can get a Monster? And she's like, I can't believe that guy.
Social distancing.
Like, he just wants a can of Monster out of that fridge. It's the only spot in the store he can get it.
Yeah.
See, I get more inventive with that. If that happened to me, I'd just like go up behind him and start breathing awkwardly, like,
Hey, sir, can I get a Monster?
You wouldn't
Sid
do
the
it.
Sloth.
I would totally.
All right, the next episode is like, we're going to go out and see what Eric will
Eric
do.
will do.
Staff,
man.
staff
What
chat
will
on
he
the
do?
street.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, as far as a product would go, I don't know what that would be. I mean, probably something practical that I use all the time, or like maybe the pens that I like, because that would really frustrate me if
Yeah.
those were gone.
Yeah.
That does irritate me too.
Yeah.
Hayden actually like steals them from me, and I found one like broken in half the other day, and I was like, what is this? Like, it's obvious it's a broken pen. I'm like, what is this? And he was like, oh, it was in my pocket and broke. I'm like, how did it get in your pocket? This is my
Slash,
pen.
how did you break it in your pocket? Did you
I was
fall?
actually practicing cartwils in the backyard earlier.
Yeah, that's probably what it was. Something
I
like
ran into a tree and then like flipped sideways and hit.
perfectly on this.
that. Right on. It was a complete accident though.
The only thing I can think about is Uncrustables.
Yeah.
I'm a
Yeah,
big fan
that's
of
not a bad choice.
you know, like nuke them for a little bit.
You what? Why would you do that?
Because usually you freeze them. And so you don't want to eat them frozen.
Can
So
we
you
just
just
change the episode to
you just-
attack Cameron?
so you nuke them for like 30 seconds. It's nice.
No,
nice
you follow
and
the instructions on
warm
the package, and you're like, oh, if you want this for lunch, take it out in the morning.
No,
No, usually what I do is I'll put it under my armpit.
That's
or I'll sit on it.
No.
Yeah, sit on it.
Yeah.
I do that with my cheese sticks. Sit
What?
on them.
Because, okay.
They're good.
Hold on. I don't think I've ever.
A nice warm cheese stick
I don't think I've
that
ever.
you've sat on. Delicious.
Usually Uncrustables, it's like, man, I really want one right now. Like, I've never been like, I'm going to want one in 4 hours.
Right. Yeah, no way. I don't pre-plan Uncrustables.
John
I'm
is
not like-
rocked right now.
I'm not like,
but
it's
like
not
you
third
know-
grade where I'm packing my
You know
lunch
you're
again.
gonna
Like,
eat
I'm
them
just
all.
nah,
Like,
we're
okay, so there's
Uncrustables.
like 10 in a box or whatever, right? You know you're gonna eat them all before the end of the week. Just put them in the fridge.
No, I like them warm. I like nuking them. They're delicious.
John's gonna use his pen to write his resignation. Like, I can't hang with these guys.
Like,
That's
how
it.
do
I'm
you
outta
eat?
here.
You're obviously lying about putting it in your armpit, right?
No, I'm definitely not.
Oh, and I was, yeah, that's serious.
It's in plastic.
Gross.
No.
And you sit on your cheese sticks?
Absolutely.
Okay, that's weird.
Like you put it in your pocket or something? Or
No, I want a cold cheese stick.
We don't need to go to details, but I sit on it.
Yeah, that's why.
He was raised by hens.
The Fish brothers do it, and then they were like,
What?
"You need to try this," and I was like,
Oh, by all means. Then.
"Will do."
I'm
And
sorry,
it's-
if somebody
it was
comes up to me and they're
life-changing.
like, "You really need to try sitting on your cheese stick before you eat it," I'm not following that advice.
It was delicious. It's like the only way you can eat them now.
And if somebody came to me like, "Here, eat this cheese stick that I sat on," I'm still not eating it.
See,
Or
here's the
that,
thing.
eat this Uncrustable that I just pulled out from my armpit.
If you, I think it's easier if you like understood Brady.
Adam's over here like on Superstar, like
Yeah.
Uncrustables in each hand, and then
Yeah, our relationship's pretty weird. Nonetheless, but
all right, we got to move on from this.
yeah.
Oh,
That wasn't even close.
Therapy.
All right.
Would you rather be able to breathe underwater or have the agility of a cat?
oh man, I'd go with underwater because that would open up a whole new like world that you could explore. You know what I'm saying?
And die from.
Yeah. Shark dead.
Yeah.
It's true.
I feel like
You could wear like a suit,
it's like that reminds me of.
like
A shark
an
repellent suit.
unbiteable suit.
Have you seen the other guys when he's talking about being a tuna and
Yes, that's awesome.
that's kind of what it reminds me of. Like I would love to be able to breathe underwater, but like going out in the ocean, like I'm more accessible to die
so
Oh man.
from like a shark or something like that. Like
I've been
I'm done
scuba
for.
diving a lot, and I would take breathe underwater definitely, because if you could breathe underwater, then you could sleep underwater as well.
Yeah.
Like that would be awesome.
Yeah.
that would be cool.
But I was scuba diving once, and I've been scuba diving with like reef sharks and stuff, small sharks that they're obviously not going to eat you. But we were out at this spot in Okinawa. It's like 80 foot deep, and there's these big, huge rock formations. And I like come swimming around a rock formation and like start to go under it. And there's a tuna like under this rock that was like bigger than me. That's the only time that I've seen something like while scuba diving that scared me. And it was like I'm turning around, I'm swimming away, like I want nothing to do with this tuna.
They're mean.
Like I on that same dive, I was like swimming up to reef sharks and like patting at them and stuff. And I've been scuba diving with whale sharks that could like swallow you in one bite, right? But this tuna, I'm like, nope, not going anywhere near that.
Oh, that would be. I mean, it would be cool. I think definitely for that, like, or going to like Johnson shut-ins and just like finding all the cool stuff at the bottom, like not worrying about anything, like would be really
Gross stuff
cool.
at the bottom as well.
Well, that too. Yeah.
I also don't know where agility of a cat would really be like.
I'm hoping speed and that'd be cool.
But like, you could like run and jump up in a tree and then jump onto the roof of a
Parkour!
house.
I was
Like,
gonna say it's just
yeah.
a bunch of parkour guys.
I'm gonna fight crime with the agility of a cat. It's like what? Okay. I'd be more. Yeah, it's either that or I'd be saying, okay, guys, see ya. I'm gonna go find Atlantis.
Yeah. Yeah. Seriously.
I'll swim around this area.
Yeah, I'd probably
I'd
breathe
become
under-
one with the ocean.
I'd breathe
it out.
underwater.
Yeah, I think that'd be way cooler.
Yeah. Agility of a cat's kind of lame.
But all of you have cats too, and you're
I
like,
feel
Yeah.
like
cats are lame.
I feel like the
No.
only one that would compare to that would be like fly like a bird, or
Yes, I agree.
Yeah,
with that.
either like
That would be the
be able
hardest.
to
yeah,
breathe
that would be
underwater
a more
or
difficult choice.
Yeah.
in the air. I agree with that.
Yeah. I'd
Man,
still pick ocean.
Maybe we should have
Or
wrote these
lake.
questions.
Yeah.
I didn't
I
write
know.
these questions.
I know. I'm just saying. That's what I'm saying. Maybe we should have wrote them.
Copied paste.
Yeah.
Well, to whoever wrote these questions, if you're watching, try using like real sentence case.
Yeah.
Like no.
Well, I think they're like headlines on the thing, and so when I copied and pasted them over to Microsoft Word, it didn't.
Took
it
them as that,
stuck to
yeah.
formatted. All right, last question.
Would you stick a hot pocket
was it
under
did you
your
read the
arm?
last one? Oh, I didn't pay attention to be honest.
I can't wait until people watch this and they talk about how gross the two of you are.
No.
How are you warming
Go
up your
find
pot
some cheese
pies,
sticks, I'll
Cameron?
sit on them.
Are you sitting on your pot pies too?
You guys
well, my
want some
deep-
Uncrustables?
My deep dish pizzas of pot pies.
He just like leans over, pulls it.
this entire time.
Dude, it's perfect.
Oh my gosh.
Maybe I'll do that next time. Like, pull out, hey John, you want a cheese stick?
I think we would
There
all
are certain
die.
things I will never accept from you. Like, I could watch you pull the cheese stick out of the fridge, and if you offered it to me, the answer is no.
Did you at some point sit on said cheese stick and then put it back in the
From
fridge?
here forever.
No, wait, I just want to
moving
clarify.
forward.
Cheese stick as in mozzarella stick or bread stick with cheese?
Mozzarella stick.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Like string cheese, right? Yeah.
Like string cheese for sure.
Just wanted to clarify
Yeah.
what I'm not accepting
Well,
from
I
you.
think how it worked was Brady like left a cheese stick in his pocket and like was doing his day and then like realized like, oh, I have a cheese stick, and it was warm, so then he like started sitting on him.
You know,
and then,
cheese goes bad when it gets warm.
eventually. Yeah. Okay, if you could trade lives with someone, who would it be? If you could trade lives with someone, who would it be? That's a great question. It's a really great question. Silence.
Probably be like a director or something for me, I would assume.
A director.
Yeah.
I'd probably be the owner of
The Patriots.
the Patriots. And then get to go to every game for free.
Now, is this like life swap where they get? Is this like your,
That was so close.
where it's like your family now has them as the head of household, or you take your family with you? It was just you trading.
I don't really know.
Because
Yeah.
for me, I'd be like, no, I'm not going to trade because I don't want to
Yeah.
trust anybody
Lose
else.
everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I feel like
The
all
old school
has its,
show.
like trade-offs. Like, yeah, you trade off with someone who has a lot of money, but they have a lot of stress or something that came along with that we don't have to deal with, and I don't want their problems.
I think I feel like this question, it would be like a, like you basically get to live their life for a day, or something like something of that nature, where. But
that changes my answer.
But you're right. I mean, you are dealing with the stress of running a team, or you're dealing with the stress of creating a film and dealing with all the different producers and all that stuff. Or so I mean, I feel like all of it has its like, because you're always like, man, I wish I had their life, and then it's like, okay, I don't want their life.
Yeah.
If it was for a day, I would be like, I would trade places with Maddie Montgomery, who was the lead vocals for Today, this metal band, and like just do a show. I think that'd be cool for like thousands of people,
Yeah, that would be cool.
just thrashing. Be sweet.
Because if it was right now and there's no concerts and things going on, like
Right,
I
that
could
too.
just-
Yeah.
I could just be like John Mayer, and then I'll just play all his guitars during one
Yeah.
day, and all his amps and stuff, and he'd be like, "All right, that's cool. I played on all
I'm
your
satisfied.
played on all your $20,000 dumbles, and
Yeah.
yeah, I'm not going to trade.
Okay.
I wouldn't.
I'm good.
Yeah.
For a day.
Nah.
I wouldn't. Yeah, but
Like if I did, it would be like a random test track driver for
There you go.
the Chevy facility or something.
That'd be cool.
But like, just seems kind of
Yeah.
sick.
All right. Well, if you guys have any questions you'd like to ask us, and we'll put them in the bowl, so you can post them in the
I'm
comments
scared.
or whatever.
Don't ask about the cheese sticks.
So I think what our schedule is going to be is, I think we're going to release the video version on one day, and we're going to release the audio version on a different day. As of right now, I think it's just going to be the video for this week and maybe a couple weeks, just because we're starting out doing it. But then once we get on a schedule, then we'll start to do that, and we'll let you know all of that. But other than that, ask us some questions in the comments, because the bowl's getting kind of empty. So
And when you see Cameron, bring him some
bring him a warm
Uncrustables
cheese stick.
and warm cheese sticks.
No, Adam
never
gets
did answer
Uncrustables.
that.
I'll
Yeah.
get the cheese sticks.
I never did
Oh,
answer
that's
that
true.
question. I was thinking Mountain Dew the whole time though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you guys for listening or watching, and we'll see you next time, I guess.
Bye.
A dink a dink.
What's up?
That was very loud.
That was loud.
Yeah, kind of strange.